No, he's running out of time. I don't know if he's going to get it. He's got to be pre-moving. Where's the mate? I don't see it. Oh, he's got the mate on D5. He did it. Look at that. Last second. At the last second, Robert coordinated just in time. I was dancing off stream to the. I was totally dancing off stream. Everybody who suspected that that's what I was doing, you were right. This is the Arena Kings. This is our third ever Arena Kings cash tournament for streamers. It's a prize event for anybody interested in streaming their own chess games, their own thoughts. Believe it or not, the world wants to see you do that. A lot of chess streamers are already in action. I'm basically going to be here to provide some commentary to follow all of our top favorite players in action. We see there at the top, we've already got a whole bunch of title players who were amongst the competitors last week as far as who won. And I know that several of them are streaming, right? You've got Aman Hambleton, the Chess Bros are streaming. You've got Grandmaster Jon Ludvig Hammer. So we also have streaming. We have Braden Laughlin. I'm not even sure if he's streaming the arena, but I'm just checking out our Twitch here. Whole lot of people streaming. Whole lot of action going on. I think Andrei Ostrovsky is also streaming, but he's not listed for me. I realize I don't follow his channel. So that's a me problem. I need to get following Andrei's channel. If you aren't following Andrei Ostrovsky's channel, I think it's probably just Twitch/Andrei Ostrovsky. Should we just risk that and get that biscat.tv/Andrei Ostrovsky? One, did I spell it right? Two, am I right that that's his channel? Looks like I'm wrong, and that's not his channel. So don't go to Twitch TV/Andrei Ostrovsky, because that's not him. I don't know Andrei's channel. Maybe a staff member will help me out here and give me some info. But the event is about to start in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, you can also go to Twitch TV/chess if you're more interested in the Gibraltar Chess Festival Masterclass. The second round of Gibraltar is already over, but one of the great things that the organizers do there, the sponsors of TradeWise, is they organize master classes where some of the top grandmasters that are on site playing in Gibraltar teach. So you got all your options today. I'm not here to promote my channel. I'm here to promote everybody else's. You got Twitch TV/chess if you're into some super educational bee's knees, okay? You can follow first-person accounts of those playing in this event if you go to any one of their individual Twitch channels. If you just search in the Twitch directory for chess, you're going to see everybody that's streaming. There's a whole lot of them. Or you can stay right here with me. I'd love to have you. And I'm going to try to follow these games and follow whoever's leading the event the whole time, and we're going to have a blasty McBlasterson. So what do we have here? We have a London and an aggressive London already, right? You've got, first of all, what's going on in the standings here? We've already got 141 players, and if you're just getting here, you can still join the arena. Remember, the arena format is open for people to jump in anytime, anywhere, if you've got the itch to go play, right? Only those who are streaming their chess games are available for prizes, or eligible for prizes, excuse me. But you can go play, and we encourage you to do it. So, all right, what do we got here? We got Aman versus Ostrovsky. We've got Hammer versus Revnov. I think these guys played a couple times last week. We don't have Georg Meyer up in this. He played last week, but we'll see. Maybe some other title players will jump in as we go here. I'm just checking out who is all in the event. Lots of fun. We're gonna try to follow just the top channels, or sorry, the top players if we can, to keep this educational. Shout out to the chat. Chess Bay is rocking the chat. We've who else do we got in the chat? Eclusis. He's M Ostrovsky. So there you go. Twitch TV/M Ostrovsky. Thank you, Chess Bay, for sharing that. I know it's weird that you're touching down on Danny's channel, and I'm just trying to use my my stream as a portal to encourage you to go check out other streamers and follow their channels. But I will be analyzing chess here in just a second. Just checking out what's going on here in the different chat rooms. Shout out to all the many premium members in the Chess TV chat. There's a lot of you in there hanging out. Hey, Danny, I want to be a streamer. I've had complications setting it up. Is there a video about setting up a chess stream? There is a number of videos and articles / blogs about how to get involved with the streamer program, but we are preparing some different easy Q&A videos, some tutorials, just some quick FAQs in video format coming your way. So Diamond member HW Hap, we will have more information to share with you and help anybody who wants to get going very, very shortly. But I don't have a video to just link you that specializes in how to stream your chess games, which is something we need to do. So, all right, well, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm gonna no longer sit here and wonder who's following. Also, the Chess Couch, I'm pretty sure they're live. So if you're looking for other channels to check out, you'll know that that's what this is about, and we'll encourage you to do it. But let's talk about this game here and see what we can learn from the one and only Jon Ludvig Hammer or Revnov. Who knows who's better here? Revnov is actually higher rated. Initial impressions say that Revnov's position is just fine. He'll bring the rook right back to g6 here. Ooh, he's going to offer a trade. Okay. I think now the C file is going to come under fire by Hammer. Yeah, I actually don't know that it was in Black's best interest to make that trade, because when you look at a position like this, yes, you have the queen and the rook dangerously aiming down on the white king, right? So initial impressions are like, eek, right? Battery coming. But the truth is there's no permanent weaknesses in this structure, right? There's no way that Black can force his way through no matter what. So that's going to make the attack a bit of a roll of the dice. I mean, here if I was Hammer, I was going to say not even g3, just h3. That puts Black in 2 moves before you have any threats. And Revnov knows that, so he's immediately retreating and back on the defensive. So the problem here for Black is that, I don't know, to me, the control over this only open file is probably the most critical feature in this position right now. We'll see if Hammer can utilize that, if there's enough there to get an initiative. Maybe there isn't. You might even... I was wondering if he could have just played f4 right away. Hammer decides to stay a little bit on the defensive, and probably because f4 was going to be met by something like rook here anyway, and the pawn's pinned. Okay, so that makes sense. The reason I wanted f4 is because that pawn really wasn't capturable without either the d4 pawn hanging or going to an endgame where White would have been happy to be down that pawn to get the 7th rank. But it looks like Black wouldn't have taken it. So this is going to be an interesting one down the finish, and this is a tough one for grandmasters who are trying to start off this arena like everybody else. Let's get some wins and let's start rolling. Let's get on fire, right? But you're engaged in a super tough battle. But at this point, you're already pot committed. You got to make sure you win this particular hand, right? Regardless of whether you want to get more games quickly. At this point, Hammer, with it being 3-0, has one advantage, which is that I think he's a little faster than Revnov. Let's remember, the format of this event is a 2-hour 3-minute arena. And if you're just joining us, go to chess.com/live, maybe ChessBay, maybe you can help share a direct link where people can just click and sign into the tournament and play. Or I'll grab that in just a momento. Un momento, por favor. Starring Guy Pearce. Memento. I'll share it here in the chat. So if you're just joining us on Chess TV or on Twitch TV/Daniel Rensch, thank you for being here. Thank you, ChessBay, for helping map everybody in the Twitch TV chat to all of their options. I need to know some of these options. I'm going to open up Smarty Chess, the Chess Essentials blog. One thing I have to remind everybody of right here, right now, is that it is required, if you are interested in winning a prize, and ChessBay or any of you Twitch chatters who are in multiple channels right now, you can spread this knowledge if you want to their channel. You have to send us in your analytics an hour after the tournament, no later than an hour after a tournament. Those analytics should be sent to titled@chess.com. That is the email, titled@chess.com. You have to send us a screenshot of your analytics. Right now, we've had way too many people coming in late with analytics, like several days later, and trying to claim a prize for the tournament. Not really fair to our staff, nor is it fair to the fans and the social media prizes we're trying to give out. So if you are interested in winning a prize, it is required that you send us in your analytics ASAP. I'm following everybody. I'm like the Oprah right now of following people on Twitch. I just followed the Chess Essentials blog. I just followed Smarty Chess. Apparently I wasn't following Frank. I am now. Just followed Frank, Chess Coach Net. I didn't even know of all these different about what are analytics. Well, just take a screenshot of your Twitch channel so that you prove to us that you streamed. Analytics is like, hey, you know, you just go into your settings on Twitch. Anybody who streams knows what it is. Just go to your dashboard. And I think Grandmaster Robert Hess might jump in on this. Sweet Town, maybe he'll start streaming too. All right, let's do it. All right, Chess Bay wants me to do work. She's right. I need to focus. So 2 points given to both Aman Hambleton and Revnov. What that means is that they both drew their games, right? So both Hammer. Oh wait, no, they both won. So Revnov came back and won that game against Hammer. Snaptown. Okay, that means initially, as far as the title player battles go, this game right here is for the first person who's going to jump out. At least amongst the title players, and get into the lead. What's going on in the arena standing? So we only have one person on fire right now. This basically lets people know, like, hey, this person's streaking, right? He's going streaking through the gymnasium with Snoop Dogg. This guy right here, let's follow this guy, since he's the first person who's jumped out to being on fire. Sometimes I like following the lower rater battles because there's more blunders, which means more opportunities to teach, which means more opportunities for all of us to learn. And isn't that what it's all about? Yeah, right, Danny. All right, so takes e6. This is an interesting. It looks like a weird version of a Taimanov or Khan Sicilian. You start looking at the battery, but really you start looking at moves like knight takes b5 even. None of these work, even though they would if you could eliminate this bishop and then play bishop b5 check. Just getting a discovery on the queen. But black, of course, can get out of that with a little tempo himself. So you start looking at those tactics, but none of them work. Interesting that white just chose to give up the dark square bishop. That's probably a mistake, Anna's 33. If I had to, if I was your coach, I probably would have suggested king h1, specifically to both get out of the way of any discovered checks by the knight, and king h1, let's say black just makes a move on, you know, not even paying attention. Now all of a sudden tactics on b5 where you sack and you go to fork town here. You got the queen and the bishop, my favorite type of fork. Actually, it's not. My favorite type of fork is royal fork, obviously. But that's also a fork I enjoy. Speaking of forking, what we have here is an opportunity for maybe the pawn to get involved. Sorry, I had to do that. I need some coffee. I think I made a mistake starting this stream with no Joe. That's just a fun fact. So I'm going with Life Source number 1, Aquafina water. Not Aquafina, that's a brand. What's going on? Danny, help MVL. He's in Gibraltar and has no audio. If you're talking about the official stream at Twitch TV/chess, that's not my problem right now. That's Peter Docker's problem. He's on site there. I can't magically tech troubleshoot MVL's audio right now. Sorry, not what I'm gonna do. All right, let's check in. So Hammer did get his first win. So Hammer's on the board. Good for him. Again, if you're looking to follow Jon Ludvig Hammer, just go to Twitch TV/GMJLH. Aman Hambleton and Revnov are still engaged in a battle. Ooh, G5 might come back to hurt Aman. He has to play H6 now, but then you have to deal with H4 or F4. G5 seems a little overly aggressive. Who? I'm Daniel Rensch. I love you. Just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, and thanks for Shyla Buff showing up to tell the fans exactly what they need to do, of course, and that's subscribe. I'm going to make Shaya a little bigger here. Shaya deserves some room on the chessboard. So if you just joining my channel for the first time, thanks for being here. Thank you to Daniel Rensch, I love you, who just subscribed to the channel. Appreciate it. All right, Aman managed to wiggle his way into some nice stuff here. King e7 will be the move, and this king has to be worried about getting mated. Aman might even have moves like knight d7 check coming. Yeah, probably you just take with the pawn, and white's king is still in trouble. Look for, okay, I wanted to say rook a2 initially, but this works because now he can play king to d6. He's going to bring the knight to c5 into b3. I'm guessing Aman Hambleton's moves here, which, of course, if you want to play Guess the Move, you see a whole bunch of people playing Guess the Move right here. If you've never played it on chess.com, it's a lot of fun. Just go in, log in. We see Noob1334 had 1 out of 3 last game. Not a lot of Guess the Movers playing this one. Let's go back to the arena and see who's streaking. Cordell Monica is streaking through the gymnasium. His fire is on the red, right? So we've got a lot of people who've caught fire initially. They're 3 of 3, which puts them there, but only one person currently standing on 4 of 4. So let's go ahead and follow that person, as right now they're positioning themselves with a good chance to win. Again, if you're just getting here and you'd like to join the tournament, just do it. What would Shia LaBeouf say? He'd say, just do it. By the way, if anybody wants to throw some cheers, bits, or donations at my channel, you'll get some new and interesting Shia LaBeouf. That's not me trying to say, hey, throw money my way. I'm really excited to have my channel, and this is something I'm going to use to give back and follow and subscribe to other chess streamers. But it is a lot of fun anytime we get to have Shia LaBeouf on it. I don't know why. Shia LaBeouf just gets me every time. Like, literally every time I watch Shia LaBeouf yell at me, I giggle. Like, and I know laughing adds years on to your life, apparently. So I'm a sucker for Shia LaBeouf. That's a fact. Anyway, all right. So we got wait, I just picked up this game here. We got a lot of games I'm following. We've got Honest 3-3, who's also at 13 points. So Honest is also rocking 4-4. I'm glad we stuck with our initial gut and are following this player. We'll see if Honest 3-3 can keep it up. Grandmaster Jon Ludvig Hammer, just getting going. Very often the title players start out a little more slowly because the competition is just typically tougher as they play against their peers versus others who are on fire and able to rattle off more wins against lower rated competition. But as this event plays out, and typically the strongest title players are able to keep the winning streaks going a little longer, you'll see the title players up there at the top. Don't you worry. It often happens. So we still have 105 minutes, and we're currently up to 223 players. So if you're just getting here, go sign up and play. And if you really have it to throw your stream together last minute, start streaming, and you'll be eligible for a prize. Yeah, Robert Hess. Yeah, I think Grandmaster Robert Hess is going to jump in there, so that'll be fun. All right. Aman Hambleton won his second game. He's got 5 points total. Currently in a positionally advantageous setup. Going to go to Grind Town over here on the queen side. Black has actually immediate problems guarding those pawns. Because one of the things about b4 is if Aman... Okay, he might just pop into b3. The worry I had initially was, could rook c3 be played? Force the trade, undouble my pawns. The problem is Aman can end that combination with knight d2, and he's still much better positionally. But the thing about knight b3 is if you don't, no matter what else you do, you're conceding the c file to black. So one of the problems here with these double pawns is that it's not just losing them, it's that if black is able, and that was a very smart move by, who is it, Rodelio I5, Diamond member, also from Canada. Look at that. This is Canada on Canada action. Canadian Chess Players Gone Wild, edition number 42. Spring Break edition, actually. Canadian chess players are throwing down right here in the arena. That was knight b6 was a good move by Aman's opponent because he's recognizing much more important than the b3 pawn is who gets control over the c file. And that's correct, right? Here, even if he plays, okay, bishop c7 is fine. A knight takes b3 is going to come in here by Aman. But even if he didn't play that and move the knight back, just the fact that white owns the c file is going to give him fighting chances in this game. And that's instructive for everybody watching the show because one of the mistakes often made in the face, when you're faced with losing material, is I'll do anything I can to hold on to it, right? When very often, if your pawns are already positionally weak, if they're weak enough that they're going to be lost, you might want to take a dynamic perspective. Mikey Slice just donated and got a nothing is impossible from Shia LaBeouf. Why is Shia so small? I need to make Shia bigger. One of the things you have to emphasize over material is the initiative, the ability to create threats. And that's exactly what white is doing here. And Aman is fighting like heck to make sure that that's not the case. I think now Aman is likely going to bring the king in. And, okay, now there's tactics. Beware of bishop takes a6. I'm not even sure I like knight a5 by knight c6 by Aman, actually. I think bringing the king up immediately was probably a little better. He's allowing bishop takes a6 here. Why wasn't bishop takes a6 played? What was the problem with this? The point, everybody, is if takes, shake and bake. So why didn't white play that? What am I missing? I don't know, Captain. I don't know. So I'm not sure if white just missed that, but either way, Aman is untangling now. Now knight c4 is coming in. It could have just been time, right? I think now Aman is definitely in the driver's seat. He's going to go on to win this game, and he's going to move to 3 of 3, so his fire streak will continue. Currently, Cordell Monica lost, so now at 4 of 5, no longer... Oh, wait, no, currently involved in a battle, so Cordell Monica is still doing fine, but having to face CM Anthony Atanasov, Anthony Atanasov, one of the few title players mixing it amongst the top right now, Candidate Master. And Anthony Atanasov seems to be in control of this one. C2 is a big problem. That's a problem. So I need to come up with even more. Maybe I'm addicted. Did I get surgery on my lip, Mikey? No, what I got was a big punch in the face. At least that's what I'm telling people. You should have seen the other guy, right? No, actually, I got an owie here, a big owie, and it's just taken a while for it to go away. No. It was, it's just honestly, it's just a cold sore that broke open and has been bleeding a little bit, and it'll go away shortly. All right, well, a whole lot of people streaming, a whole lot of people checking out those streams, so super excited that everybody is bouncing around. Look for everybody streaming chess on the Twitch directory. Give them your support, and go follow their channels. OMG, Danny, the punch story was much better. I should have stuck with it, but I don't lie. I don't lie. I only exaggerate. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's going to go away, everybody. Don't worry about it. All right? And it's not because of anything that you might think. Okay? It's just a simple cold sore that happens at the end of me getting a cold. I actually get sick, and then it's how my body detoxes. I always tend to get some sort of canker sore or cold sore at the end of a nasty cold, which is something I had for a couple weeks. So leave me alone. Anyway. All right. What do we have here? Cordella Monica has bounced back a little bit. What in the world is going on here? Is everybody hanging? I mean, like, what? Right? King to d8 is Anthony Atanasov just inviting knight takes c7. But it looks like black is going to have problems here. With the knight being pinned and the rook under fire, somehow white got the better of this little opening fiasco. Lots of premium members all up in this Arena Kings tournament. If you're just getting here, go sign up. You can play. And if, like I said, if you have it to throw on a stream, you're eligible for a cash prize. Do it, as Shia LaBeouf would say. Just do it, okay? Anyway, all right. Bishop takes f2. I love it. This game is only getting nastier. That's a horrible move, but I love it. King takes. Even if you give check, just bishop e3 is lights out. So Cordella Monica is all over the tactics to start this event. Currently rocking his or her way to the top of this leaderboard. This is just over. I mean, she can trade, win the rook. Black can just resign. So let's go check on the title players. Robert Hess is in like Flynn. Is he streaming? Is Robert streaming? Bueller? He is streaming. Go to twitch.tv/GMRLH2 and check out Robert Hess's stream. Papa Bear just followed him. I'm following him. And he's using his good old-fashioned Hess highlights template. Just rocking it. Look at Bobby Hess. Rocking it. twitch.tv/GMRLH2. So what's going on here? He's taken on one of the leaders, even though he only just got started. He's got 0 points to 13. If you're Anna's 33, you got to be irritated. Like, you just won 4 games in a row and you get paired with a grandmaster. Hashtag that winning streak's coming to an end, right? But maybe not. I mean, what is going on here? Anna's 3-3 is crushing Robert. What happened here? Okay, Robert went pawn grabbing. Oh, and then he blundered his queen. Okay, he's got some material for the ladies, so it's not the end of the world. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit, but I still like Anna's 33's position here. So we got to stay right here, everybody. This could be a huge upset. Beating a grandmaster is not something that happens every day. But the position is not super clear. If Robert can put the bishop on e4 and actually establish some pressure on the c file, he's probably doing fine. Okay, and then White has blundered back some more material. So actually, this whole idea of overextending with the queen and bishop was a bad one, since the move bishop d8 is actually already winning back material, because queen b4, knight c6 is basically forced. The queen moved, Robert grabs some more material back, and he's in complete control over this game. This is an instructive game so far, honestly. This is, I'm not sure how well Robert calculated that queen sack with queen takes h4 that we just saw earlier, but either way, it's paying off. Or if it was just kind of... Because the truth is, if White doesn't go all in over here with this queen and bishop battery that's no good, I mean, White's got to be a little better. I mean, even if White comes to his senses and plays a move like queen b3 here, right? Avoids bishop to d8, which is what happened for Robert to win back material. Probably Robert was still in a bit of trouble. So, something tells me it may have indeed been a blunder by Robert, but either way, he's showing what grandmasters can do when everybody gets coordinated. This is a position where you just love the pieces. You can already play moves like bishop f2 if you're Robert, and then bishop e3. Come on. Does that not just look amazing? Robert, what are you thinking about? Play bishop f2, bishop e3, and then you win the queen with knight takes b2. I'm pretty sure bishop f2 was a little better, buddy. That's a problem. All right. So Robert doesn't play bishop f2, but irregardless,
nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Mikey Slice, what's up, dog? You cheered another 100. Thank you. Oh man, it gets me every time, right? It just crack like, whoa, Shai is here. All right, good stuff. Robert is going to get on the board here. He will get his first win. He's behind in terms of the arena standings, but let's see what's going on. Somebody has moved to 6. We got 6 out of 7 with a game that's still going. Only one person on fire to the level of 6. That's pretty sweet. 6 games in a row. Pretty sexy stuff. Let's check him out. Again, I love how many premium members jump up in our arena. I wish more of them were streaming, but I do love it. I do love it. Greek shock. That sounds like how a Greek mother feels when you tell her you don't eat meat. Is that what that's about? You know? And she says, don't worry, it's just lamb. Look at that. Our boy, Aman Hambleton. Okay, we got to focus here, right? This is our first streamer-on-streamer action with a couple of title players who've actually moved in position to be listed amongst the leaders. We've got Hammer versus Hambleton, and we've got an interesting Catalan going down right now. So I'll be curious to see how much of this game stays in opening theory, but I'm already liking White a little more in terms of this line. Although, yeah, this is still theory. The bishop on d6, I guess, is fine. Initially, I don't like the bishop on d6 in these structures. Actually reminds me of the game we had yesterday on Amateur Hour with John Urschel. If for those of you who missed our show yesterday, you can check out the just check out my videos here at the channel, the Twitch TV/Daniel Rensch. The bishop here is a little weird when it's biting on granite, and if White does indeed get e4, you know, there's tactical shots here, right? We got fork problems. But in this case, Black's initiative is coming quickly, right? Gets the knight on e4, plays f5. He's probably gonna double down on his efforts over there on the king side. And Black is getting in a position for some all-out aggressive attacks against the king. This has become a Stonewall Dutch, where White almost seemed a little bit down in terms of tempi. So, okay, G4 is a super committal move because it makes F3 by Hammer. At some point it's going to come, and it's going to force the opening of not just White's king, but also Black's king. So, at some point here, the question will be, when will Hammer try to play for F3 and change up the structure, or is he going to go for the race? Okay, he's all in on the race. So the big issue with these types of race, this is like a King's Indian reverse, right, is Black is getting to the king, White is getting to the queen side. Neither side has a chance to really fully defend the other side's attack because there's just too much coming in that direction. So it's really a true race. Whoever starts breaking through first and then gets other types of tempi, right? You start threatening large amounts of material. Maybe you get on the 7th rank and threaten to come over this way, right? It really is an all-out race for whoever's going to get some concrete threats first. My money in Blitz is normally on the person attacking the king in these positions. So Aman to swing the rook and try to get the queen involved. Normally, in practical games in Blitz, just instinctively it becomes really hard to defend against threats against your king. But Hammer's a grandmaster, a very good grandmaster, right? So he's not in a position where that sort of psychological stuff is really going to bother him. It's either going to concretely work for Black or it's not. And already Hammer has open files, and I was just going to say, play knight b5. Probably Aman has a big decision to make here, and I think he needs to part with the bishop. He probably just needs to bring the rook over and say goodbye to that bishop. In fact, the more I look at the position, you just start to feel like once this bishop falls and that c7 square becomes available, less and less likely that Black is going to be able to just focus on the h-file. What Black wants is get the rook here, get the queen here, forget about the queen side. I'll lose everybody and their cousin over there as long as I end with mate. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. And the moment you have to start making defensive moves on this other side of the board where your opponent is the one clearly in control, usually not the best sign. I'm now calculating something where Hammer could... Okay, he's probably considering whether he wants queen a4 or just take d6. So he trades here, and I don't know why not just trade here, inch your way in with the queen. I'm not exactly sure which square I'm going to want to take. Maybe actually just bring the other rook to the c-file, right? If you take on d6 and the c7 square loses its protection, now a move like rook c1 coming to c7 makes a lot more sense. So I'm thinking Hammer is in control here. Note that this bishop on a6 could deliver some sneaky nastiness by holding the f1 square. If somehow Black did get to the h-file and threaten mate on the h-file, queen h2 would actually be mate because the bishop is secretly guarding that f1 square, right? So bishops are like ninjas, right? They're just like... So be careful of ninjas. That's a pro tip. Careful of ninjas. I just dropped my cap, so apparently I'm not going to get that, and we're just going to drink water right here. Yeah, glad you like that, Distant Fire. Yeah, now you can see the streaks of players and where people are at. Makes it a little easier to follow, a little more interactive too, a little more sassy. Yeah, I think Hammer is coming through first. Hammer's breaking through. Was there a knight e2 check possible? I was wondering if yeah, Aman's just going to throw in the towel here soon. I was wondering if he could have even threw in a check for good measure on e2, but I don't think the intermezzo was worth anything. And moves like that just point out that this is the problem with an attack when you can't remove the fianchettoed bishop. No chance to checkmate the king if you can't break through on the light squares whenever you're attacking a fianchetto setup, or the dark squares for that matter, if it was a dark square fianchetto. So this one is over. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, go to the chopper. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Hammer takes down Hambleton, and in doing so is mixing it up there right around the top 10. Chess Nerdbird. If you haven't followed Chess Nerdbird, you should do that. Go to twitch.tv/Chess Nerdbird and subscribe and follow their channel too. The Chess Nerdbird might have the most one of the most esports looking streams out there, right? Really goes out of his way to do up the graphics and images, not like me just, throwing a green screen up and inserting myself in the middle of a chessboard. So good stuff there from David and the Chess Nerdbird crew. Chess Nerdbird in a French right now, currently on 17 points though, so he's playing well. And not really my favorite French for white. I mean, you know how I feel about the French. Every chance I can talk bad about the French, I do. But the bishop here is a little weird because I really want it on this diagonal so I can start attacking the king. Okay, g6 is maybe a little unnecessary, maybe, but I guess white's position isn't as bad as I thought. g6 is played because he wants to play knight g7, knight f5, I'm assuming. But black has dark square problems. So if I'm white, I'm considering a few things. One is h4, h5. The other is, okay, queen d2 and see if I can inch my way in, right? I mean, okay, knight d4. Also interesting. Not really the kind of position that's going to get white a lot of attacking chances if the minor pieces keep getting traded. If I'm Chess Nerdbird, am I really worried about the knight coming into b5 and d6? Maybe. So that means you would either have to trade or play a6, right? You have to worry about this knight. So if you go here and the knight goes on a tour and you come to f5, you do guard d6, but maybe they take it. You'd have to take with this pawn because of the queen, and white sinks a pony into that square. So that's an example of something that white is trying for. The biggest problem with David's position right now, Chess Nerdbird, is the old tickety, right? The old tickety. Time is not on his side right now, so white is in control. 316 of you currently playing. Again, if you want to play, just ask in chat, either Twitch chat or Chess TV chat. One of our awesome, helpful members will share a link with you. Checking on Chess TV, we got Mr. Dvorsky, we got Strider 23 CPK, we got Hangy Liu, we got Spuds, we got Toby 2000. Just shouting out all the members I see there. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, and if you want to go to Twitch TV/chess, you can check out the Gibraltar Chess Festival's master class that is in action, I think currently being taught by MVL. So probably a little cooler than what I'm doing here, if I'm just being totally honest. Chess Bay. Chess Bay's helping out, reminding everybody of all the different streamers that are currently in action. Chess is on fire right now on Twitch. The chat is lit, kids. The chat is lit. All right, so Chess Nerdbird went down. No surprise. Slowing down his fire. Aman Hambleton bounces back with a win. Not on fire because he got one win after beating Hammer. Hammer is currently on a streak of 5 in a row. Is he going to do the same here? What's going on? Hammer is up a piece on this board against Luis Angel 11. Luis Angel 11. So I think that Hammer is going to continue that streak. And again, that's where Hammer, is really going to make his momentum. Is, remember, the more games you win in a row, the more points you get, right? So as your streak builds up, even if you started out a little more slowly, maybe you had some long end games that you weren't able to convert, your chances of being there in the end are still pretty high. b6 is a strong move. Undermines the knight on d6. And white's pawns, whatever the outside hope that was, are pretty much going to be stopped and traded. Number of things here. Take and then move the queen. That's what Hammer chooses to do. I think queen to c8. Okay, yeah, queen c7 would have been met by knight to e6, Forktown. But now c4 falls, doesn't it? Yeah. Hammer's going to start gobbling, and with 20 seconds left, we can assume that Hammer's going to probably move. What does that put him at? 20 points, I think. The streak will continue, and Hammer will be mixing it up amongst the leaders. Anna's 33 was still doing well there, although now it seems to have slowed down a little bit. Who else we got here? Let's observe this game here. Roos Manuel taking on Toby 2000. Roos Manuel and this guy, Roth Talent, are really the ones rolling right now. Yeah, it looks like here Raffle Talent is Raffel Talent? I don't know what you're trying to do with that name, but confusing. Well, this is going to be a tough one for Raffle Talent to keep the streak going, because this really isn't a game that white should win here. And if black can slow down white, then the hot streak comes to an end. So you gotta build your hot streak all the way back up again. Gotta build your hot streak all the way back up again. All right. Did we not follow Bobby Hess? I guess I didn't. I guess I only saw one game by Robert, and I'm sure he's trying to work his way up in the standings here. Bigfoot. Wouter is streaming. Where's our boy? There he is. Let's follow this guy. His name is Robert Hess. He is Grandmaster Robert Hess. Currently on 9 points. So where's he at? He's just getting going with the streaking. He's got 3 in a row. Trying to move to 4 of 4. Put the knight on b6 and hop into d5. Why not? I like it. You don't even have to rush with knight d5. You could go grab the a file first. What you'd really like is if you could get this bishop to d5, because if you could trade the bishops, then the pony is just going to dominate this bad bishop over here. But that's not really in the cards for Robert as of now, because this bishop is out of play. But don't be surprised if you see a move like bishop e2 by Robert here. Okay, queen a3, good too, I guess, grabbing the a file, trying to sit on the position. Now he's going to play queen a7 or queen a5, trying to, yeah, keep that knight in there, which guards a8. But again, the point is, Robert would almost, you want this knight on d5 so bad, if you could, you would almost put the rook there, right? Let them give up the bishop for the rook and then take with the knight. The problem is probably it's just going to be a fancy way to make a big exchange, because black's not going to stand for that knight sitting there. But that's how powerful that outpost square is. So Robert recognizes he can't do anything with it. He's going to force black to trade it, and then he's going to try to fill the c4 square with the bishop. Ooh. Okay. You can't let that knight stay there for long and not pay the price. Yeah, here Robert grabs a pawn. Is knight e7 check just winning on the spot? Looks like it is to me. Robert finds it. He's going to gobble, and everybody's happy. The won't be long before the c-pawn fulfills her dreams of becoming a girl, right? That every pawn dreams of one day becoming a full-grown woman, and that, okay, no, apparently you're going to lose that pawn, but in the process, you gained the file. So white is in complete control here. 17 seconds. So let's watch just in case Robert somehow goes to lose on Timeville. See if Robert goes to lose on Timeville, because okay, this has not been the best technique for sure. But he's going for the mate. He's flipping the script to the H file. Now he's going to go after the G6 pawn. He's going to put a rook probably on the C. Oh, there's going to be a mate coming. Play rook C7, Robert. Rook c7 was better first. Now you're not going to have time to mate. No, he's running out of time. I don't know if he's going to get it. He's got to be pre-moving. Where's the mate? I don't see it. Oh, he's got the mate on d5. He did it. Look at that. Last second. At the last second, Robert coordinated just in time to get the mate on d5. That was probably some technique Robert would not be proud of, to be totally honest. Like, even here, I think that black's pieces are frozen. The move rook c7, then you go to c6. The bishop and pawn are still totally frozen, and then you can gang up on this. Everybody's still stuck. Okay, but either way, who am I to criticize? What matters is that he finds a way to get it done, finishes with a checkmate on d5. Shows you how dangerous positions like this are when there's still 2 rooks on the board. The king finds a way to checkmate himself in the middle of the board. Robert obliges. We thank him for that highlightable moment. That was some sassy stuff. Will somebody clip that last little moment there by Robert for my channel? I'd appreciate that. If someone could clip a highlight there of Robert mating, I think I want to share that thing on Facebook or Twitter or one of those places where people share things. People share things. We're all sharing. Yeah, that was awesome. Way to go, Robert. Keeps the streak alive. Robert Hess is in this arena in full swing. And again, you can go to twitch.tv/GMRLH2. What goes now? We have Twitch TV GMJLH on 21, 21, 29, 21. Okay. Again, Hammer's going to strike. Hammer will strike here. Is E5 not just... Yeah, I was going to say. That was a blunder, Dora. Kind of like forgetting where your parents are. Anyone ever wonder how Dora gets away with everything she does in those episodes? Like, where are your parents? Right? And then there's one episode I saw Dora's mom and dad, and I was like, that mom seems like she's an alcoholic. I'm sorry, but it just seemed like she's clearly not present for her child. She's home in the middle of the day. Like, it was a weird passive-aggressive thing going on between Dora's mom and dad. Anyway, so it's something that we're looking into in regards to Dora's parents. What did you do, Hammer? What did you do? Chess Bay, clipping the mate, Chess Bay. Hammer let this one go to, but okay, he's just working the flag. I love the 3-0 arena. I know everyone wants us to do sudden death in the Speed Chess Championship, but when we're getting Magnus versus Hikaru and these great matches, we have to keep it chess. But don't be surprised if we find a way to create a bullet match at some point that doesn't include increment. Because I think a lot of people are curious right now, who's really the fastest bullet player in the world? Take away the increment, right? Between somebody needs to continue to help us push that. We've already talked to both Hikaru and Magnus about it. We want it to happen. So I want a bullet chess battle with no increment. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. All right. Hammer wins on time, working the system, as they say. Not twerking the system. Come on, get your mind out of the gutter. Working the system. The standings, look at he's at 10 out of 10. Wow. 10 out of 10. That's pretty sweet. All right, who else we got here? We've got Aman at 22. But okay, Revnov is maintaining himself amongst the top players. Let's go check him out. Amongst the title players, he's currently performing the best, and he looks well on his way to win yet another one here. Although 2 minors is one of my favorite things against the Queen. That's just me sharing my feelings with you guys. What do we got here? Yeah, we actually have some major performance breakthroughs coming, Chess Bay. Some cool stuff I'm pretty excited about. What's going on with Chess TV? Some Tony523 saying Andrew Tang is the fast. Yeah, but Andrew Tang isn't on the Hikaru Magnus level as far as chess at this point in his young career. So the Tang gang is fast. The Tang train certainly is fast. But in a match where there's still a lot of good moves that would need to be played, I wouldn't quite put him in that league yet. Checking out, saying hi, Tom Harper. Danny, what do you think about Grishuk's chances in the candidates from Gur96? I think Grishuk is really, really good. And there's a reason he does well in those formats, because he's very hard to beat, not afraid to get draws. The problem in that sort of round-robin format for Grishuk is I think that there's a couple other players that are just on a higher level at this point in Sasha's career. And when everybody has to play everybody, I mean, honestly, in that format, anybody could win. I think my early pick is similar to a lot of others. I feel like Aronian has showed the highest level chess in the longest, most classical time control over the last year of just about anybody in the world. Probably who's not named Magnus Carlsen. So Aronian is kind of up there amongst my personal favorites to win the event. But I literally wouldn't be surprised if Kramnik won. I wouldn't be surprised if anybody won. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they're all capable, and it'll be who's playing chess, right? Class is permanent, but form is temporary. So who will be in the best form come March when the candidates gets going? We're going to find out. And then we have the World Championship in November. So pretty excited about that. Okay, if you're just joining us, thanks for being here. Feel free to check out all the other streams. If you go to Twitch TV and you search chess in the directory, you will see a lot of people streaming chess right now. A lot of people streaming their chess games from this Arena Kings tournament. So you can hang out with me. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the love. Everybody who's following and subscribing to my personal channel, as well as everybody following at Chess TV. Thanks for being here. All right, what do we got? Grandmaster Robert Hess on the move, up the standings, but has a lot of ground to make up. So Aman clearly lost. I'm not sure who he lost to, but his streak has been knocked back down to 3. So Aman fell on his own sword. Revnov, let's stick with Revnov here for a second, who won yet again, is currently on 31 points. Is Revnov streaming? I don't think so, but maybe he is. Because he also played last week. You would think he would get the memo. If he did well last week and didn't get a prize, he'd be like, oh, I should probably stream. But if I'm looking at all the different streams that Chess Bay is linking up here in the chat, I don't see any link that immediately says Revnov to me. But if Revnov is streaming, please somebody let us know. I'd love to promote his stream as he does well here. He's just crushing it. Super Scion going down. This F3 pawn is a problem. Yeah, you have a big problem there. I have a big one. Bishop G5. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, me neither, Chess Bay. I don't see Revnov either, so we will let it be for now. And again, remember, it's not just title players who can win. So if you're out there and you're like, hey, I'm going to be playing in these arena events, I might as well learn how to stream. Hey, that's what we're here for. 364 of you now, about a little more than an hour left in this event. Going to be fun. This is a big problem for white. Just d4 is coming, and then if you have to keep the rook on the 3rd rank, you might even run into d3, which cuts off the rook's protection of the pawn. So who knows? So Revnov in control. Also look at the time. Super Scion not going to flag anybody, falling down nearly 2 minutes on the clock. So this game is going to go to Revnov. I expect him to move to 34 and continue his hot streak, pushing it to 9. Where, oh where, is Hammer? Hammer's in a time scramble. Here we go. Okay, he's going to allow C7. MC Modern is doing well. I think he's just going to slow down. I don't think Hammer can win this one. Hammer's only chance to win currently is a flag town, which he may do. He may indeed find a way to flag, but he's down on time currently, so biggest problem here. Oh, he pre-moved. He pre-moved to try to get him. He's going to pre-move his way. No, he takes the draw. But Hammer didn't realize he was up on time. Oh, if he did, he wouldn't have taken the draw. Hammer. Look at this. By the end, we can see the time logs by going through the moves. He had managed a full second advantage here before he had played rook takes e2. If he had seen that, no way he takes. I mean, he would have played rook check, and then even played one more time, and then allowed the queen. Right? That's how you work these things. You allow them to queen. By the time they do it, they probably lose on time. If not, you get a few more checks for good measure. And if you're me, you find a way to lose this game as white. But I don't think Hammer would have done that. So too bad for Hammer. He settles on the draw, and with it, his hot streak comes to an end. So that might come back to hurt Hammer. Every one of those things matters, right? Because that you lose so much time when your streak ends. You lose so much time in terms of the bonus points you're getting. So that's going to hurt. Andrei Ostrovsky is also a streamer. Let's follow him, everybody. So if you want to go follow M. Ostrovsky, he's streaming his games live, and he's on 33. So amongst the title players, he's right there at the top, working it currently, doing work. Okay, got a boring position here, but black is probably a little better here, actually. If he puts the knight on e4, I think that black will end up being the one with the c file. Okay, that's a strange move. Bishop c6. I would have just immediately tried to change the structure there. One of the things that's deceptive about these positions that could be instructional for all of you watching is, again, it is boring, and I even said that myself, right? It's a closed center. It's sort of it's a symmetrical structure, other than a couple, randomly different pawn moves, but basically symmetrical. Is that the deceptive aspect of this is that makes you think that there's, it's almost like you're not going to stress about too much at all. But actually, those positions really make every little advantage even higher in value, right? Because whoever ends up getting control over this file, and with it, maybe the initiative to access on the queen side, that advantage feels exponentially stronger because the other guy has no open files and has nothing to go for it. So when you're in structures like this, you have to be very careful about who's able to open the door forcefully on the single open file first. That's why I don't like bishop c6. And there, I actually like the way white is playing this, and I like the move e4. I feel like white is... Okay, it's a risky move to open up the position and you isolate this pawn, but the activity and coordination of white's pieces in the center is where he needs to be fighting anyway. Now he's going to take and remove the knight. My guess, you shouldn't even take on b4. Just play knight d2 immediately, I think. Why not? Anybody seeing that little bug here? If someone could take a screenshot and report that, appreciate it, because I can't do it in the middle of the show. But interesting. Actually, it's probably not even a bug for any of you, because I'm on beta. So never mind. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it before it hits live for all of you. Yeah, I think that this is fine for white. So if I was Ostrovsky, I would have handled this position a little different. Thank you, J412 Joe. Appreciate it. And yeah, go Aman, right? Thanks to everybody who's here, hanging out with me on Twitch TV. What's going on with Logan? Yeah, no, exactly. Logan answered the question there. Anybody can play in these events, and please do. There's almost 400 of you now, but you can only win cash prizes if you're streaming. So it's our way, more ways that chess.com and Twitch are trying to give back to the chess community and help more people get interested in streaming. So, and plus, it's a lot of fun to play in arena tournaments. Anywho. Okay, so Ostrovsky does have the bishop pair. But as long as the center remains semi-closed, an active knight can compete with bishops in those types of situations. And if it ended up on e5, it'd be good too. Now the d5 pawn is just straight up hanging. So you're going to trade d5 for a3, I guess. But again, this is not really that clear at all, despite Ostrovsky being the stronger player. What is white debating here? Is he debating if he wants to defend this? I think that white is taking way too much time here. From a practical perspective, you have to feel the flow. You have to ride the bull. You have to do the dance. It's like a merry-go-round. It goes up and down and around. You have to ride it, feel the flow, find your zone. And getting down to 30 seconds about a trade is not feeling the flow. It's not riding the bull. Not doing the dance. You get it. Diamond member Pat Benjamin wants to know a good book for tactics. I think you might be... I'm not sure which channel you're watching, actually. Who's who? Maybe Chess TV has two options right now. Some of you are watching me. Some of you are watching Maxime Vacher-Lagrave. I'll tell you a good book for tactics. John Nunn's puzzle book. Jacob Agard's... no, that's not Agard. Perfect Your Chess is, I think, Volakitin. Those are really advanced tactic books. If you're talking basics... just, 1001 chess combinations, even Bruce Pandolfini's basic, ABCs, the traps and zaps. All those things are just organized collections of patterns you need to know. But honestly, a lot of that content is online. I mean, you're a Diamond member. You should go watch my video series on the all the practical patterns you should know, which is like a 10-part video series on tactical patterns that everybody should know, right? Pretty self-explanatory. So, so much content online as far as tactical patterns as well that I think you can probably find a good video series, especially it's not even me plugging the Diamond membership because you're already a Diamond member, so might as well get what you're paying for. All right, Aman, down 10 seconds but in control, but down to 10 seconds. So Revnov's a stud. I wonder if part of the fact that he's not streaming is giving him an advantage in some of these games. Because we know Aman and the Chess Bros are streaming. At least I assume Aman is streaming. I mean, what's going on over at Twitch TV/ChessBro? Let's see who's streaming. Twitch TV, twitch.tv/ChessBro. Right, what's going on over here? We've got like 70... No, it is Aman. That's what I thought. So that's the tough part of this one. Wow, Aman is gonna win. What has this guy done? Oh no, he made it himself. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, clippable moment. Aman just made it himself with queen f7. Oh my gosh, instant replay says don't show it. It's not PG. KNVB. We have to check it out, peeps. It's not PG. Oh man, that is rated R chess right there. Queen f7, rook c8 mate. That just hurts, especially because he had the time. He could have played queen f6 and, you know, win the rook, or just, you know, lawnmower him to death all the way up the board. Mate and bake. But, wow, that hurts, man. That feels bad, man. Owie for Aman. Sorry, buddy. That's a huge, huge loss. Well, Revnov, I mean, he's getting some help, clearly, right? Got some help there from Aman. But again, as I said, assuming Revnov isn't streaming, which if I'm wrong about that, I'd appreciate if anybody could tell me. Either staff members watching in shows, or anybody, you know, if Revnov's streaming, we want to help him and promote him and help him grow. So if he's just playing because he loves to play chess and he's not streaming, I wonder if that's partly why he has an advantage of the title players, because he's just a little faster, right? And it's a big difference, even for an experienced streamer like Aman, right? You lose a little more time on the clock anytime you're trying to kind of talk about what you're doing. Although the chess broads hardly talk about what they're doing anyway. They just sit there and listen to music, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then they take a drink of something in a Dixie cup. Wow. Revnov. It's going to be like, it's going to become Aman's Newman. Newman. Revnov, right? Pretty, solo cup. Red solo cup, I fill you up. That's right. You're right, Chess Babe. Probably. Look at Revnov, though. He's going to swing the rook to h4. He's going to go to Sacktown on h7. He's going to win again. Revnov is on fire. He's on fire. Oh, literally, Revnov is Oh, Ostrovsky leapfrogged him. Ostrovsky's on 11 out of 11. Say what? Look at that. Ostrovsky also crushing it. Interesting stuff. Well, Danny's salty. I'm not salty. I've been to the Salty Senorita. Fantastic Mexican food restaurant, if that's what you mean. Brilliant margaritas. They do those weird ones where you dump the cerveza upside down. I mean, whoever thought of that anyway? It's like gross. But okay. But no, I'm not salty. But I do appreciate all the love, the followers, the subscribers. Thanks for watching me on Twitch TV. Thanks for being here if you're on Chess TV, or if you're following any one of the awesome people streaming chess. Thank you for supporting them. Okay, Ostrovsky's on 41 points right now. He's leading. Revnov not far behind him. Aman Hambleton's Newman is Revnov. I want to see a Revnov-Ostrovsky battle next. No, I'm not trashing the Chess Pro stream. I'm just having fun. We're buds. Don't you worry about it. Although I do love when people always try to read into things as much as they can. The other day when Robert and I were hosting the Pro Chess League, like somebody in the chat was like, Robert and Danny are mad at each other. And we were like, what? Anyway. Okay, White's better here. F4, take, and try to get F5, or put the king on D2. The issue is D5 is coming, actually, for Black. So it's not so simple, right? Got to put king over here. Maybe we get the other rook involved over here on e5, right? Yeah. The rook a to e1. This is a good position for White, but Ostrovsky would much rather have this pawn here, right? Same type of idea if he could find a way to open things up and continue to use his majority, because he's currently reached a roadblock. So, you know, we're betting Ostrovsky wins this game. It's a 2,500 versus a 1,600. And, you know, he's currently on 41 points. But as far as just the pure chess evaluation here, this isn't, like, super simple for White at all. If he plays rook e2 or rook c1, Black might go for c5 even instead of d5 if there's a chance for the knight to come around. Okay, or play tickle. Loves me a good rook tickle. Tickle time. So Black has to decide between c5 and d5. Does he just want to sit tight? Okay, he wants to open things up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Black has played very well here, 1,600 or not. He's clearly Clearly doing well. Now he can take f5, but h5 falls. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, we have a newcomer here. Welcome, Uncle Sasha. I am here for you. Brings the knight around. Okay. I feel like this is getting closer to Ostrovsky crushes territory. Two new streamers at the bottom, you're saying? I don't know what you're saying, Chess Bay. Sorry, I missed that. I'm not missed what you were saying. What's going on in the Chess TV chat? Jason Chandler loves to cry. It is a release of endorphins, right? It is a release of... What is crying release again? I mean, like a good cry. Everyone loves a good cry. You know, you feel good afterwards. Is it... like, it's not serotonin. It's not... I don't know what the brain does or how it releases stuff. Who am I kidding? Endorphins, obviously. 2 new streams to the competition. All right. We love streams. We love streams. We're almost at 400 players, too. So that's fun. Hammer is trying to rebuild his streak here. He's at 10.5 out of 12. Currently minorly on fire, and meaning he's just really getting going. The Ostrovsky-Revnov battle that is impending is really going to be the big one. IM on IM action. Ostrovsky is, you know, like we said, this hasn't been the oh, now he wins the knight. Okay, right as I say that, Black runs the knight, gets his own rook trap. But this wasn't just like a super clean win, and especially with the 3-0 sudden death time. I mean, even here, like, if it wasn't for the time, I mean, Black has... why is he moving the rook? Black should just be pushing this h-pawn. Why didn't he trade? And I guess he couldn't have stopped bishop e5 to guard h2, but it felt like earlier there was an opportunity for Black to really get going. Now instead he's getting mated. Okay. Ostrovsky on 45 points, currently on fire to the level of 12. He's rocking it. Oh, we got Revnov versus our boy, Maynard Monkey. E. Kurtz. E. Kurtz working it. Look at that. Exchange sack on b7. Take the c6 pawn. You dirty girl. Dirty. Dirty. E. Kurtz is... I think he's got Compadump. Compadump for the exchange sack. Does he have f5 coming? Could E. Kurtz be the one who slows down the Revnov train? Find out right now on Chess TV. Knight d4. I probably would have played queen e4. Kurtz is going to go knight b3 and try to use the c-pawn, which is fine. But an exchange is an exchange. So you have to be very careful here. Very nice. You have. Very nice. That's true. Maynard Monkey did bring the hurt to Hammer last week. And we caught it on camera. So it's forever immortalized. So, yeah, Maynard Monkey does have the power. He does have the power. Will he know how to use it? Now I'm starting to like Revnov again, though. That's the honest truth. He's going to trade on c3, put the queen on b4. Every exchange helps Black get closer to realizing his better piece, right? He's taking, and he has knight takes c3. And what was the move? I have to learn from this. I'm sorry. What did I miss? Well, Revnov just won by resignation. He just blundered the rook. Oh, that's why. Because the rook was hanging. That's why you can't take here. But why didn't he take here? What was the move? Oh, he's going to take on c3? Right? No, but you could... oh, you can't go all the way. All the way may. Get checkmated on f1. That's some pretty sick calculation by Revnov. That was nasty. That was pretty nasty stuff right there. Revnov bringing the pain. Currently competing with Ostrovsky right there at the top of the leaderboard. Leapfrogs Ostrovsky. And they're battling out, even though the way the timing of the arena works is, you know, we never want anybody to not be playing a game, right? That's the worst, boring part. So sometimes in these positions it becomes a race of who's just going to continue to beat other people faster because their games haven't been synced yet. No serendipitous opportunity where they both are not playing at the same time, because then then they'd be paired instantly. But if one of them, who's on who right now? We got, so Revnov took down E. Kurtz. Revnov currently playing Braden Laughlin. There's a streamer. You can go to Twitch TV/Braden Laughlin. He's streaming his games as we speak, so he's about to stream pure humiliation as Revnov destroys him on the king side. But you can check that out. So Revnov is here. Where is Ostrovsky in his quest? So what's going to happen here is Ostrovsky's going to win again before Revnov is done, because he's got a dominant knight versus a very poor bishop. He's zoning in on the weak c3 pawn, which is going to turn this pawn into a potential lady, and that's a problem. I probably would have even just kept the rook there and started the king journey, you know, the journey into Mordor. That would have made more sense to me, because I actually think the rook was ideal here. Obviously, the rook can't move. You're already there. The bishop can't get out on a3 this way. So yeah. Yeah, but I guess he's still in control here, huh? Still in control. Hello, hello. Da. Hello. Welcome to my stream. It is me, your Uncle Sasha. I am here, taking over. I have a very nice conversation last night with my fellow inmate here. And we talk about watching this Arena Kings. Very nice. Okay, if rook moves, he has knight f4, maybe put guy here. Nah, he wants this guy. Oh, get in! Why you wait? What you waiting for? You're yelling. Get the king in on light squares. What is he doing? Seriously, this is what exactly is black waiting for in regards to advancing the king and putting the king on d5? There were a lot of opportunities for black to get in. Again, I think he's using the wrong square. Play rook a6, guard the knight, and then bring the king in to the light squares. Okay. Maybe he was just taking his time from the perspective that he wanted to get his opponent lower, but, you know, the technique has been less than ideal from Ostrovsky, and we'll see if it hurts, because Revnov is on his way to taking down Mr. Braden Laughlin. And again, you can go to Twitch TV/Braden Laughlin if you want to see the first-hand account of that, but... Okay, Ostrovsky does get in. It's not a question of that anymore. It's a question of whether he'll flag him. Meaning, not a question of whether black is winning, a question of whether he finds a way to lose in the next 20 seconds, but likely not. Here it comes. Here it comes. There it is. Rook a2. Swing it. A lot of ways to skin this cat. A lot of ways to skin this cat. All right, well, like we said, Revnov taking on Braden Laughlin. Revnov currently on the attack, and Braden Laughlin... Oh, they might finish at the same time. Revnov, if he beats Braden Laughlin quickly, there could be, fate could have it, that we get a Revnov and Ostrovsky pairing here. Let's hope that that happens. But Revnov currently taking his time winning this one. We'll see, though. Hold on. Ostrovsky's still not done. I think we might have it. Wow, somehow Revnov finished first. Okay, and Ostrovsky wins. Okay, so hopefully they get paired now. That's the matchup we've all been waiting for. Speaking of streamer on streamer matchup, though, we got Frank Johnson, chess coach net, versus Aman Hambleton. Currently, Aman Hambleton is in the driver's seat. Frank almost made it as king there, but Aman is up a clear pawn. And knight endings, you've probably heard this phrase, are closest to king and pawn endings of any endgame, right? Just in the sense that simple and pure extra pawn is almost always enough to win. It's the opposite of a rook ending, where an extra pawn is very often not enough to win, right? Or even a bishop ending, let alone obstacle bishop ending. So knight endings are pretty straightforward, and that's why you see this transition. Aman is simply up a pawn. He will be taking down Frank. That's going to put Aman at 42 points, right? Yeah, his streak will move up, and he'll be at 42 points. There we go. Oh, guess what we got? Like we said, it was just a matter of time before they finished at the same serendipitous moment. Cupid shot these two dudes in the butt. And now they're in love, and now they're playing. Classic Cupid. This is it. This is the action we want. This could be deciding who's going to go on to win this arena. This game right here with our two tournament leaders who just subscribed. Somebody just subscribed to Chess, which is awesome. So that's not the channel that I'm on currently. But Mid-Suds. Oh, that's right. You're the guy that that Robert promised a free sub, right? So I'll gift you a subscription if it doesn't make my life too hard. I'm gonna gift you a subscription right now. Oh wait, but this is gonna be to my channel because I'm logged in. Either way, I'm in a giving mood. Here comes a sub for you, Mid-Suds, subscribing to my channel here, and we'll owe you something else later. There you go. You have been gifted a sub, and you are welcome. All right, let's talk chess here. Okay, we have very nice Scotch. He sacrificed bishop because he likes take care. Okay, he says if you show me mine, I show you yours. Okay, that makes me sense. That makes me sense. Very nice. He moves. He avoids this guy. He wants to put bishop here. But h2 is now falling. Look at Ostrovsky. He is bringing the pain to Revnov. He's good. Old school Russian chess. I like it. Very nice. Although I am not actually from Russian chess school. I am from former Soviet Union. And do not forget it. Because I was from Crimea. It was Ukraine. Now Russia again. It's complicated. Okay, very nice, but I am here. Okay, but Ostrovsky is crushing him. He make a very nice attack here. Maybe, I was gonna say, maybe there are other ideas, like bringing rooks here for party. Because if I lose a very bad game, actually not me, that other guy, Danny. He lost very bad game one time in Scotch. Very similar to this, where pieces just start flying toward kingside. And oh, it was nightmare. He got crushed. And then he cried, because he was weak American. Duh. This is what he does. That idiot Danny. Okay. But Revnov is consolidating, and don't be surprised if this is a very difficult one, because here he is down pawn, but this is not a very healthy pawn. It's a very easy pawn, actually. It's white is hardly down pawn here. Duh. And maybe he gets a file. Okay, so this is game right now. Revnov not doing as bad as you think, because he's also up about 20 seconds. Black is not really in driver's seat in regards to pawns. King g7, rook h1 will force rook h8, and white has pressure. Okay, that was weird move. Duh, I'm not sure that was best move by Revnov. Okay, now black, if he gets a file, we have problems here. Okay, I not like this. I think Revnov is misplaying this guy. He is giving him critical files, and Revnov is slowly going to be pushed back. This is good move as well. I wanted king to come around first.
Do it!
Mid-Suds, you subscribed. Oh, that's right. I gave you that subscription. I am so generous, guy. That is me. That's right. All right. What's going on here?
Just do it!
M1588 just subbed. Thank you for that. You're amazing. You probably subbed for Uncle Sasha, though. I mean, let's be honest, right? You were here for him. Okay, well, no. Ostrovsky got himself back in the driver's seat, but this is going to come down to a scramble. This is going to come down to a time scramble. We'll see who handles themselves better in that critical moment. Black would much rather put this pony on f4 and go for h5. Okay, rook d6 is good. That's a nice way to try to get the d-file not to be as dangerous. He's going to trade, but now he has to move the rook. Again, black is not in the best position with this knight on h4. Okay. Whoa, wow. Awkward pieces. There we go. Get the knight to f4 and swing the rook here and checkmate him. Right now you got the second rank. Ostrovsky is in, or I thought he was in control. Maybe he still is. He's got a much more active king in the rook ending. Yeah, this looks nasty. Okay, Ostrovsky, it's his game to win. It'll either be won or lost based on time, but Ostrovsky is completely winning here as black. Look at Revnov doing what he can to make things hard. Revnov's going to win on time. You got to give it to him, right? He just literally worked his way into a victory and wins on time. Amazing. It's always interesting to see who handles themselves better in that scramble, right? Revnov really just made this game tricky, right? I mean, that's what he did. He put Ostrovsky in a tough position here. Just like in this position, obviously taking here was better because of mate, but Ostrovsky had maybe already pre-moved or didn't see that. But this might have been where he really lost the game. King takes f3 he might have had enough time to win even with just a few seconds. Once he missed that and white got g5 and got the king out, that's good practical chess there by Revnov. You got to tip your hat. Again, notice that the guy who's not streaming while he's playing is winning some of those time scrambles, right? You got to give it to him. And again, that's assuming we're right that he's not streaming because he's basically just playing in a tournament for kicks and gigs, not eligible for any of the cash prizes currently. Or if he is, we just don't know. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody who's here. Again, we are following the Arena Kings. Almost everybody you see... Actually, that's not true because there's 416 of them. A lot of people are streaming. If you want to find any first-person accounts, go to Twitch TV, search chess in the directory. Jon Ludvig Hammer is streaming. Aman Hambleton is streaming at the Chess Bra channel. Ostrovsky is streaming, who just lost that huge game to Revnov, who is sort of separating himself right now. Grandmaster Robert Hess is streaming. We can check back in with him. He's on 34 points. So Hess has been on fire pretty much since he got here, although clearly he must have given up something, right, because he's only on 5. He's been on fire, but the problem with Hess is he started about 30 minutes late. And I don't know that he's going to get himself back into contention to win, but if you want to see his thoughts, certainly you can go there. Is Maynard Monkey streaming to his own channel? Maybe he is. Hess currently has 3 viewers, but is doing a great commentary. Yeah, so... unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. Right now, a lot of the bigger, or I guess some of our bigger name or more experienced streamers, we seem to be having a lot of it. Hammer's got 150. There's a couple hundred here. There's 1,200 over at Twitch TV/chess. And the Chess Bras probably are rocking about 400 or 500 as they normally do. I don't know why I don't see the Chess Bra channel in my list of active streams. Probably I need to refresh or something. But okay. Aman Hambleton rocking it. He's still in the top 5. So Aman is on pace to win. And the Chess Bras are winning the streamer prize almost every week with their streamers. Although I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed to see Hammer rocking north of 150 viewers. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Hammer. I like it. All right. Grandmaster Robert Hess on the grind. Completely winning here. White's king is a problem. Black can choose between moves like b5 next, where if the queen takes, you'll see queen c3 with a double attack. If the pawn takes, you'll see knight b4. Ooh, b6. Robert taking it slow. Not exactly sure why. Okay, Hammer is... just about to win. I just gave JBD735 my announcer's curse by flipping to his board. Every time I go there, somebody loses. So Hammer wins. His hot streak moves to 7. He's also right there. So one non-title player with an interesting username. I don't even need to read it out loud because you can see it right in front of you. One non-title player is amongst the lead right now, benefiting from some slightly lower rated pairings, but at some point here, he's going to get paired amongst the leaders, and likely that streak comes to an end. But at this point, you got to give him credit. He's got 49 points. He's the only other player who's knocking on the door of 50 besides our 2 leaders we've been following all day. So, nude old man. Native tongue for old wooden ship, right? Good for you. Look at it. If the H file falls, I'm going to show you some nastiness that could happen. If this pawn falls and the rook gets to the h5. Look for this bishop to get involved and for there to be a checkmate on g3 with this king stuck in the corner. So this is one of those positions where white is in a lot more danger than he first looks because, like I've said, bishops are either sharks with laser beams attached to their head because everybody loves a warm meal, or they're ninjas, whatever you're into. But I kind of like the laser beam attached to their head. So this is black is trying to open up these Siamese twins to do dirty things over there. I'm following this game still, even though I know our title players are going. One, because we haven't followed the non-title player who's doing best in a while, so this is good to give him some love. But secondly, because I have a feeling this game is going to end with a clippable moment. I don't know why. With two knights against the king and the queen, I mean, I don't know who's going to blunder or how, but I have a feeling something horrible is about to happen. Somebody is about to do something silly. Okay, maybe get the rook to h8 and try to punch g5 through. That could be fun. d3. Huh. Interesting. Wants the dark square bishop open that badly. The best thing that our unclothed senior friend is doing here is he's playing quickly. He's up about 20 seconds on time, and that could pay off. I wasn't a huge fan of the move d3, by the way. This position is totally flipped around, and to follow it by giving up your bishop, white is just totally winning now. The rook should come to d1. You got the knight on f6. White is in control here. Interesting. White wants to go to Sacktown, huh? Queen f5 inches her way in here. Come on. Put that lady on her favorite spot. Checkmate. There you go. You're going to force rook h8. He misses mate. What did I say? This game went in with a clippable moment. I called it even when that unclothed senior gentleman was in control of this one. He found a way to lose it. Let's clip that moment. We knew it. We knew it was coming with some sort of horrible mate. But in all seriousness, black was doing much better earlier. Giving up the bishop made little to no sense when black should have been striving to open up this position and use those ninjas for some good stuff. So anyway, nude old man falls and is knocked back in the standings, and we have a whole lot of title players with about 35 minutes left on the clock battling it out for the top prize. Super interesting stuff. All right. What do we got here? We got, check it on the chat. Yep. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Lots of places to follow. I think the master class with MVL is probably just coming to an end here. I think we are coming to an end here in regards to the MVL masterclass. So we may have some new viewers joining us here momentarily. What is going on? All right, Hammer is in control. Hammer is in control. Yeah. Hammer is in control. Mainly because of time. The H-pawn counts for something, but probably black has some drawing chances here in a normal game. But without time on the clock, Hammer's going to win. So his winning streak is going to move up to 8. He's broken through the 50 barrier. Look how close this arena is. This is much closer than last week, where we really had one guy running away with it. I mean, right now you've got 4 title players all over 50 points and nobody over 60, right? So we are going to see some action. One of the things that actually might help some of the non-title, some of these other guys catch up, is if these title players start duking it out, right? If they start playing each other, those games, usually when you got an IM versus GM, it's a longer game, right? Takes a little bit of time for someone to outplay them. So that could be something that helps the other players catch up if it stays that way. But okay, Ostrovsky currently taking on a FIDE master, also on 37 points. So this is a good and a big game for him. Ooh, I didn't even see. We had Hess versus Revnov. This is the big showdown right here. We got Bobby Hess versus Revnov, and a whole lot on the line here. Robert is really the only other really strong title player who hasn't been amongst the leaders, but right now he's about to do everybody a favor and beat Revnov. Look at this. He's going to take him down. With Hess beating Revnov here, he's really doing a huge favor for Ostrovsky, for Hammer, and for Hambleton, right? And I'm not saying Robert doesn't have any chance to win the event anymore, but Robert has no chance to win the event. I mean, there's 30 minutes left, and he's down almost 20 points on the leader. So he would have to not only keep his winning streak going, right? He can't afford not to win a single game, but he's going to have to do it likely against some strong competition. Now he gets a little help here. Robert now getting pared down against a roughly 2,200 player. So assuming Robert can go on to win this one. Assuming Robert can go on to win this one, that's going to be huge. Hammer's taken on another streamer. This guy is streaming currently in Polish, so if you speak Polish, you can rock over there and see David's stream. Who else we got? Revnov taking on Mannered Monkey. So we're back again to the same matchup we saw a little bit ago, where Revnov did manage to beat away Mannered Monkey. That's who he is on Twitch, everybody. And even though Kurtz Eric beat Hammer last week. So Kurtz is obviously a strong young man and one of those guys who's capable of a title player scout, but not quite in the league of our title players here. So this is exciting. I'm excited. I mean, I wonder if I'll be wrong. Maybe Hess, that would be quite the underdog story. Hess joins the arena 30 minutes late and comes back to finish with a prize. I mean, it's possible. So okay. All right, well, this is a lot of fun. And again, just checking on the chat. Thanks everybody for being here. Chess TV chat, Twitch TV/chess. Leela talking about how much he'd rather watch this stream than do housework. Agreed. Thanks for being here. Premium members, Twitch subscribers, everybody, thanks for your love and support. The Arena Kings only has a half an hour left, and it should be a pretty exciting finish. So don't go anywhere, because we have a lot of strong players mixing it up at the top. Right now, anybody can win. Ostrovsky just won against the FIDE master we talked about. So that puts him as the first person to make it through the 60-point barrier. Revnov just lost to Robert Hess and now faced against Eric Kurtz. But how's Aman doing? Let's check it out. Aman also right there. Playing black, and what's going on here? Is he worse? Is he better? White's going to take back on d5, and black should probably play bishop f6. I would imagine Aman plays bishop f6 next and tries to simplify. Yeah. The whole reason, everybody, is not only is that bishop dangerous for white, but if you get rid of that bishop, you have ideas of using the d4 square to strangle this pawn. So that's why sometimes when you first look at these, you don't know who's better, because like white has a passed pawn in the middle of the board, but it's an isolated pawn, and without some other form of pressure, I feel like this is Aman's game to win. Both rook e8. No, not rook e8. I was kidding. Bishop takes e5 and then queen f6 is an option here. I guess that's probably what Aman's going to go for. I would have put the queen here to hit the rook and have the rook d4 idea I was talking about. But Aman wants to blockade the pawn. We'll see if that pays off. He's going to try to relocate his pieces to really gang up on that guy. Something tells me that the position was better with Aman going with pressure on the c-file and threats of coming behind it. Personally, I don't think that black is better here anymore. Now this is a position where, yes, the pawn is still isolated, but one of the ways you measure activity in an IQP is isolated queen pawn, for those who don't speak French, IQP, is your piece's activity around the files around the pawn, right? So Aman has blockaded the pawn, but if all of his pieces are kind of stuck here, you start to think that maybe white is actually in control, and this is a very good move. He's going to play the move rook f4. So I'm not a huge fan of how Aman approached the potential strangulation of that pawn. Kurtz is playing Revnov, an interesting game. You are right, Chess Bay. I'm checking over there. Indeed, Kurtz is crushing him. Yeah, he's crushing him. He's crushing him. He's doing it. Yeah, he's crushing him. Why not queen c8? Let's get that threat on. Ooh, he wants the a file. Okay. Revnov might be a little shaken up, right? He lost his first game in a long time to Robert Hess. Robert Hess may have just done everybody else a huge solid by taking that guy down, because Revnov has been really on a date with destiny most of the time. He also beat Ostrovsky when they played heads up. So if you're just joining the stream, you already missed a Revnov-Ostrovsky battle. But Revnov is... Ooh, but he's worked his way... No! No! Maynard Monkey! Oh! Blunders into mate. Eric Kurtz. Well, that was sad. I'm not even going to ask for a clip because I can't revel in another man's misery. Who am I kidding? I can't. Can somebody clip that moment? Any hooters. Yeah, that was bad. But seriously, Eric just walked into that, right? I mean, he was in control. Honestly, he started playing a little scared, like a little passive, just from the perspective that he had a minute on the clock versus 20 seconds. And sometimes that happens where you're up so much on time and you've clearly been outplaying him all game. I mean, black is up 2 pawns here and up 40 seconds on the clock, and it almost put him into like he started playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And it's very dangerous when psychologically the momentum changes because you get it nervous, and so he's like, oh, if I just sit tight, he's going to lose on time. But that gave Revnov the initiative he needed to work his queen in. Really, really misplayed that game there by Eric, and a sad one. So too bad. We were rooting for you, buddy, but you let it slip there, getting a little too passive. Again, I would have looked to keep pressure on the king, or don't change anything about the center. Try to use the pawns. Aha! Look at that. Almost like the chess.com server knows which game we should follow. Brings us to Hess versus Hammer. This is... okay, if Hess has any chance in getting back involved, he's going to win this game, obviously. But he's black against the current tournament leader. Hammer sticking with it. What did we say, right? Even though Hammer got off to a slow start, I called it about an hour and a half ago, if you're just joining us, that the thing with Hammer is he's just going to keep winning. So even if the games take longer, his streak is going to stay hot. Currently at 10 games in a row with 17.5 out of 19 points, Hammer is rocking the best winning percentage of the day, and as such is in first place. So this is a big game right here. Who's better? Hammer's better. The structure favors white. Open diagonal, lack of development for the bishop on the queen side. Okay, bishop c5 is good. Black needs to simplify to free up some space. He'll probably trade and then play queen e7, or maybe queen e7 first. One of those two, I expect from Robert. Okay, he plays queen e7 first. I agree. That was fine. He can put the rook on d8. Here's what I'm going to call. If Robert's going to win this game, he can't be the first person to get under 30 seconds. And that is one of Robert's problems. He's also streaming, but so is Hammer, so no excuses. But one of Robert's issues is he's a perfectionist. And sometimes you have to remember in Blitz, having a plan and knowing a bunch of moves you can play quickly that you're comfortable with is just as important as whether it's the best move on the board. So that's my worry about Robert in this game, is whether he would get himself under time pressure that he can't get out of. So we'll see. Okay, Hammer's going to play a3, try to force the issue on e3 with b4. That's a move I'm predicting. Knight a4 is also a move for Hammer. If takes, you'd have to take with the knight then, because you want to avoid b5, forking the ponies. But the only other question is, does he want to play with like b3 and be solid just so he can trade and then infiltrate with the queen? As long as he owns the d file, Hammer will always have a small edge here, right? And so that's the question. Putting a knight on d6. Okay. Well, I guess that'll do. Puts a knight on d6, and Black has a tough decision to make. Just going to give up the bishop pair. Well, he has to give the bishop pair. The question is it the light square bishop or the dark square bishop that he's parting with? Now we're talking about yoga positions. That's always a natural transition in a Twitch chat, right? You go from talking about chess to downward facing dog. You know, that's my favorite is the Humble Warrior one. All right, well, now Hammer has really established an edge, and this is just positional chess that is hard to compete with when you're playing a Norwegian Super GM. b3 is such a strong move. Not only does it eliminate the threats of b2, but prepares knight a4, where everybody is going to gang up on this pawn right here. Robert needs to get rid of I was just going to say, he needs to get rid of the knight on d6, and that's the best way to do it. Knight e8 makes sense. He's worse no matter what, and it's because of the positional travesty that is this weak c5 pawn. But he may not be lost. The pawn isn't hanging yet. The bigger issue is still the lack of development here, right? Now you can't develop it for a whole new set of reasons because the knight's a problem. And again, this is what I said. Okay, he's getting outplayed here, and I'm not trying to throw dirt on Robert in any sense. Obviously, he's playing a really strong grandmaster in 3-0. That's how people lose chess games. But the point is, Robert being down on time is one of the biggest issues in this position, regardless of the X's and O's on the board. So so we'll see if he can swindle his way or speed it up in a way that gets him back in the game. But right now, looking like Hammer is going to probably leapfrog Ostrovsky, who's got his own winning streak going again. He's on 5. Ostrovsky has leapfrogged Hammer to be back at the top. But Revnov, after that smoke and start where he was pretty much in first place for about 45 minutes straight, is now in danger of dropping out of the top 5. So, going to be a tough one for Hess to recover from in 20 minutes. But like we said, it was going to be hard for him to fully make a comeback anyway. He really already did Hammer a big solid by beating Revnov. All right. He's getting some counterplay. He wins the b4 pawn back, but I was going to say, I start calculating, isn't that... Oh, he's just losing pieces. Take b7 and Bob's your uncle, yeah. He's going to throw in the towel. Thanks to all of our guessers. You see we got some people playing Guess the Move here. That's fun. I love Guess the Move, although not a super high rate of moves guessed. All right, Hammer. On a winning streak of 11. This one goes to 11. Okay? How loud are your speakers? This one goes to 11. Okay. So Hammer in control, getting himself a lower rated pairing now. But Ostrovsky is still nipping at his heels, and here we go. We got streamer on streamer action. Big foot. Wilder. This isn't ideal. This is not ideal. Okay. I tried to bring the hype for you, Wilder. Tried to bring the hype. That was a good move. Bishop E. Oh, he just forgot about his queen. And he resigns. Well, Ostrovsky just got a gift there. That was a gift. I think Bigfoot's better than that. But that's a huge win there for Ostrovsky with that victory. Because he leapfrogs Hammer again. At 70 points, they remain sort of separated, right? The problem is Hammer is in the middle of a game. Ostrovsky's going to be starting a brand new game right now, just as he is against Manfor. So unless Hammer finishes his game at the right time as Ostrovsky, he may not get another chance to play him in the next 18 minutes. That's going to make Ostrovsky hard to stop. So so we'll see if the pairing's in line for them. Unfortunately, our boy Aman, his fire streak is gone. along with Revnov, he's restarting at the beginning of a streak, just like Robert Hess, who's also restarting a streak. Okay. Well, it's going to come down to whether Hammer or Ostrovsky can keep their streak going, right? If either one of them loses in the next minute, kiss first place goodbye. So will Hammer and Ostrovsky be paired? Will it be a match made in heaven? We'll see if they finish at the right time. Ostrovsky is playing a Scotch, and he's not necessarily much better here. I kind of like white. You could probably play knight e2. You're not worried about the b2 pawn. Okay, rook d1, also fine. Okay, what about Hammer's game? Both of them are black. Ooh, Hammer is much more in the driver's seat here, much closer to something nasty happening. Yeah, that's a nice move. Probably c4 to get the knight to move. Could even just be met by rook h8. Will Hammer en passant? Yes, he will. And I guess he gives him the f4 square, doesn't he? Probably bishop d6 first, though. Yeah, Hammer plays bishop d6 first, and now white has to watch out. Okay, we're going to trade everything on h2, put the knight on f4, the bishop will have to move, and black is immediately better with a move like either rook h8. Okay, I guess you can't play rook e8 immediately because of the fork. But yeah, knight f4 comes in, the bishop has to move. Rook h8 now. And probably a number of ways for black to be much better here. But Hammer needs to win quickly. At this point, again, one of the most exciting things about online chess. I love these formats. I want all chess tournaments to do that, where you have this overall clock, right? Ticking away, just like the Speed Chess Championship. You're running out of time in a way that traditional or classical chess doesn't have, right? You have your own time to manage, but not an additional, fighting against the overall game clock. So Hammer needs to win this one quickly. That's the point. How's Ostrovsky doing? Ostrovsky is not any better. I mean, this is a good Scotch for white. He's playing f5. He maybe got a rook lift. I'm not saying that white's better necessarily, but, nothing special. This is going to be a game that takes a lot of time off the clock, short of somebody making a blunder that we couldn't predict. This game could hurt Ostrovsky's chances, because I think if Hammer and Ostrovsky play, we know who we favor in that matchup. You favor Hammer big time, right? So if Hammer can win this game right when Ostrovsky gets done, that would be a huge victory, because he'll get his wish to take on the fellow leader. Look at Revnov though. I guess I shouldn't have counted out the old man. The Canadian, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Canada. Blame Canada. Okay, he's coming back. Revnov is leading the Canadian flag to victory. Unfortunately, Aman, likely, I don't see him cracking back into the top 3 before we're done. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. 56 points is just, too far behind. What is Hammer doing? This is taking a long time. He's got to play for a5 and a4. Is Hammer trying to get done right as Ostrovsky gets done? I wonder. Don't ever count out Hammer's gamesmanship. Hammer is thinking about a million things at the same time. And so he might actually be trying to time his game so that he finishes right as Ostrovsky does, so that pairing happens. Detective Kate Beckett, I guess she gets more credit than I've been giving her. Because right now she's outplaying Hammer, to be honest. With only 20 seconds. That's a huge problem. Fancy Play Syndrome, thanks for joining the show. Sella Bethel, a lot of you guys coming over after watching MVL's masterclass. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I don't think Hammer's going to get this one. The time scramble is on. Hammer's going to have to pre-move his way to a flagging victory. He's going to have to pre-move his way to a flagging victory. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's going to probably lose that pawn before all is said and done. He's working it. He's finding a way to get back in the game. He's got him, but he lost a bunch of time to get there. Hammer's going to get him on time, and he hasn't. Oh, he blundered the knight in the pawn. Oh, he ends with a draw. Wow, what a finish. What a ridiculous time scramble finish. Wow. This Hammer had it. Knight d5 if he takes it. And it was check. Oh, man. That is a heartbreaking draw for Hammer, because that is probably going to cost him. That's probably going to cost him catching up and meeting Ostrovsky or Revnov at the top. It's funny because Hammer had 2 draws today that really came back to hurt him, right? He had that early draw in the beginning of our show where, similar situation, it was his to win in the time scramble but couldn't quite do it. And then he had the draw here. So Hammer's chance at winning this week's Arena Kings was probably right there. That was probably it. And there you go. Aman Hambleton. Again, as I predicted, I don't see him getting back in the top 3 because even though he's working his way there amongst the other title players, 8 more points is 2 more games, right? And there's just not enough time for him to do it. Okay, but Revnov, where's Revnov? Where you at? Hess won again, so Hess is slowly working his way back in, but like we said, not going to be able to join the leaders. Let's go check out Ostrovsky's game. Taking on National Master JBD 735. Angry and hungry. There's a term for that. It's called hangry. That would have just, like all the kids say, BRB, TDL, WTF, why the face. You get it, right? That would have been a shorter way to do that username, angry and hangry. Just FYI. Okay, Revnov is on a tear here. So really, it's coming down to Revnov and Ostrovsky again. Maybe they'll have a chance to meet. They could both finish it about the same time. As I look at the clocks here, 2 minutes, right? We see the little board. What's Revnov doing? Ostrovsky is probably doing just fine there as black, but the times are, he's not too far behind Revnov and Angry and Hungry as far as times on the clock, which means maybe they could meet and have one last huge showdown for who gets first in this event. You got to give Ostrovsky some love, though, because he's streaming, right? If you want to check out the viewpoint of the person who looks like he's on his way to winning this arena, go to twitch.tv/mostrovsky. Hammer is also streaming. Go to twitch.tv/gmjlh. Aman is streaming. Twitch.tv/chessbra. These are the top 3. As we said, we know. I think Eric Kurtz is streaming. Maybe Twitch.tv/ManorMonkey. But also, do me a favor, everybody, and go follow Robert Hess's channel, GMRLH2, as Robert is going to be continuing to build up on his Twitch following, as Braden Laughlin as well in the top 20. I think those are all the streamers in the top 20 that I can see that I know of. So I apologize if I missed anybody, but there you go. Angry and Hungry, currently defending, sort of. This is a problem. Interesting approach, offering the trade. I wonder if maybe he could have, if Revnov should have just played Rook D1 and tried to, because like, you sort of leave the H-file, Black's not going to take and double the pawns, and if Black castles, now you could even go back, and the position is really even more vulnerable for the Black King. So, yeah, E5's a good move. I'm not really sure I like this last move by Revnov. Now he's going to have to trade queens, but C2 falls, doesn't it? Oh, he doesn't even take it. I guess that's because if you take here, I'll get with the rook. And if you take A5, that's probably what he should do. Yeah, just take A5. Strange approach here from both players, to be honest. He's going to take, B5 is going to fall. Black probably puts the knight on D4 and strives for F5, which might open the king. So that's an interesting move. He's threatening knight E7. And you have to be very careful. You can't play moves like king H8 because H6 traps the bishop. So Revnov is putting on the grind here with 8 minutes left. If he wins this game, he will jump back. He will leapfrog Ostrovsky for leading the event once again. So, okay. Revnov is bringing the pain. Ooh, Rook A8? That seems super risky. Rook C... I was going to say Rook C7 might have been the easiest move to play quickly if you were Revnov, but he wants the rook on D7 for some reason. Now now bishop B4 makes H6 very strong. He's going to save his bishop, probably bishop C5. Yeah, and this move coming, followed by the knight going into F6, is really dangerous. Now he brings the rook back to C7. That's kind of what I wanted before. Rook takes C6, wins a piece. See if he sees it. Rook takes C6, just wins on the spot. Rook takes, knight E7. You heard it here first, kids. He finds it. Game over. Revnov's going to win, so where's that going to put us? With only 7 minutes left, Revnov is going to leapfrog Ostrovsky. Just watch that scoreboard, because I don't even need to follow this game anymore. Let's go check on Ostrovsky. There he goes. He won. The guy resigned right there. Ostrovsky wins on time. The leapfrog continues. Revnov and Ostrovsky are going at it. I love this. They missed each other by like a second, right? Ostrovsky's game finished just a second too late for Revnov and him to play. So this tournament is going to come down to who does better against other people. That is the race. That is the arena. Hammer finally gets his win, so he's back on the board. And again, as I said, I don't expect Aman to be able to jump back in to the top 3. Not enough time. Okay, it's possible, but it seems unlikely. Checking out everybody in the chat. Skyfire Dragon, Chess Bay. Thanks for being here, everybody. Sella Bethel, Fancy Play Syndrome, Spartaman64. Just letting everybody know that I see them and I love them. What's going on in the Chess TV chat? Eric Davis is back. Oh, yeah, draws are really penalized in this format. We don't want draws. That's what it's all about. Decisive victory. That's what we want. We want decisive chess. Well, really, anything that breaks your streak is penalized, right? Draws or losses. So, I mean, you want to be winning as much as you can. It's a race against the clock and your fellow opponents also competing against peers of their own. So, checking out the chat. Checking out the chat. Any questions? Any thoughts? Thanks for being here, everybody. Whoa. Revnov just crushed his way to a victory here. White just blundered a piece? Wow, that's huge. Revnov getting a quick victory is really going to put the pressure on Ostrovsky because this game is not going to be won as quickly as Revnov's was. With 5 minutes left, Revnov back on top at 80 points, putting the pressure on Ostrovsky and Hammer. Hammer's chances at first are gone. The question is, will Aman find a way to prove me wrong and win his next game before Hammer can get one more victory? Oh, wow. Going to be hard to do that given that he's going up against Bobby. The Bobster. Mr. Yale Chess himself. Grandmaster Robert Hess. Grandmaster Robert Hess taking on Aman Hambleton. This is a fun one. This is a Dutch that is all about the king side. Knight comes back to F3. I don't think he'll take G6. Oh, he will. Okay. He takes G6 so he can get a tempo and then bring the other knight around. All right, that makes sense. I like it. I like it. Ostrovsky having to win quickly. I wonder how closely he's following Revnov, who's now got another game against Black Dog 30. You got Black Dog 30. Ostrovsky needs to win and hope that Black Dog 30 can do something nasty. Look at that. Okay, Ostrovsky wins. This is basically going to come down to whoever starts their game last. The Chess Couch also streaming. If you haven't followed their channel, go ahead and check it out. twitch.tv/thechesscouch. Ostrovsky starts his next game. This is about as good as a position you can be. Facing a 1900, a huge advantage in rating here. If Ostrovsky can win before the time runs out, he will win the arena. And it'll be a streamer winning first. Again, since I don't think Revnov is streaming, so pretty much confirmed by all parties that he is not streaming. Danny, you should make a video of you in disguise hustling chess hustlers at the park. I don't know that I would need to wear a disguise for that. Nobody, I don't think my face is recognized by hustlers in the park, but I do appreciate that. But you know what? Hustler videos are always fun. Most of them are so far from PG, though, if you really let the gloves come off there when you're in the park. But I had many experiences as a kid playing in Washington Square where people just like won't play young kids anymore because they're like, I know you're really good. Don't waste my time, kid. I'm here to win $5 off of somebody trying to impress their girlfriend, right? Okay, but thanks for the suggestion. All right, Robert Hess is right now bringing the noise to Aman Hambleton's face. And with Hammer winning, he's officially put himself out of reach. So I think the top 3 will be what you see here, everybody, as far as this arena goes. Officially, I'm ready to call it, but what will be the order of the top 2? Will Revnov strike? Looks like Revnov's about to be strucken. Is that a thing? Can you get strucked? Striked? Stroked? Is that it? LOL. So Revnov is actually, no, he's doing fine. I overreacted. Black Dog 30 is, he's a doggy biscuit short, okay, of a full bread basket, if you know what I'm saying, if you speak unicorn. Yeah, so Black Dog 30 is going to go down. Revnov's going to win, and I think with that, actually, no. As long as Ostrovsky can win before time runs out, he has a chance. But that you have to move quickly here if you're Ostrovsky. Otherwise, Revnov is going to win, leapfrog, and Ostrovsky's not going to have enough time to come back and win. Kurtz won. Okay. So Manor Monkey. Danny, when are you going to participate in the Streamers Arena? I think if we get somebody else to do the regular hosting at Twitch TV/chess, maybe next week we'll find somebody who does that. But whoever's hosting on our main channel can't really be eligible for the prizes. Normally they'll get more viewers, although the Chess Bras pretty much get just as many viewers. So, but I don't know. I think mainly I was just here to kind of help everybody else. I haven't thought about playing. I would like to play and stream. That'd be fun. What about Dan? When can Dan just have a good time, right? That's what you're saying, and I hear you, and I appreciate that. Okay, looks like Ostrovsky is running out of time. Is his opponent? I wondered if his opponent was totally. Yeah, he's not going to win in 17 seconds. His best chance was to check and then hope the guy blundered mate. He's not going to win in 17 seconds. Revnov is going to win in the next 17 seconds, I can only assume. Maybe he won't. Yeah, he won't. That's it. It's over. Ostrovsky wins. Revnov runs out of time on the total game clock situation, and there you have it. Ostrovsky holds on, which personally I'm excited about, given that he's streaming his games. Always rooting for our streamers. It is the Arena Kings cash tournament for streamers. You know, that's an interesting experience. I know a lot of people, I'm sure the chat's about to go nuts, people like it if the last game can be finished and count. When we designed this, we wanted it to be something unique and different and something that is a little stressful and pushes people to try to win a game. I think I personally am rooting for us to change that. It would be nice if the last game counted. For the record, I don't think it changes anything. Because if both of these last games were allowed to finish, Revnov wins this game and leapfrogs. But to be fair, Ostrovsky wins this game, right? Ostrovsky also wins this game. He's up a clear exchange, completely winning. So as much as we may consider that on the format, I love getting feedback, especially negative feedback. I'm a masochist. I'm into that. I don't know. I know initially the thought is, hey, it's always unfair, but it's fair for everybody. It's the same thing. And again, I think that probably the way you see these final standings is exactly how this thing finishes, even if both of those last games complete. So there you have it. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. They did get at least one chance to play each other earlier. Maybe Ostrovsky and Revnov played more than once, but we covered one. That head-to-head battle went in the favor of Revnov, which is interesting because he actually was not able to win the tournament. So, all right, well, this was a lot of fun. I'm going to see who plans to continue to stream, and maybe we'll host them next. But This was a lot of fun. And I appreciate everybody being here. Danny is the backbone of online chess these days. Thanks, Hellproof. Yeah, well, I'm here for you. Thank you. Who beat GM Hess? Who did? Kurtz did? Or Aman did? Oh, Kurtz did. Sweet! Right? Good for Mandarin Monkey. Congrats to him. He takes down Robert Hess, who runs out of time. Again, one of the issues Robert knows is not his strength, is necessarily time management. But Celebethel, I'm always here to ruin your sleep schedule, buddy. It's my favorite thing to do. Although I am also at the same time a big proponent of a healthy sleep cycle. So you take care of yourself. Everybody who's been in the chat, everybody who's been here, thanks for the subs. Thanks for everything. All your support and follows of twitch.tv/Daniel Rensch and our main Twitch TV/chess. And Chess TV chat. Also, appreciate you being here. How many people did we finish with? 467 players. That's pretty good. That's a decent amount of players for the arena. And congratulations to our top 3 title players. And Aman Hambleton, I would feel bad for you, but I'm pretty sure the Chess Bros will once again win the most viewers streamer prize. So you guys are bringing in the cash no matter what. So I can't feel too bad for you. Congrats to everybody. And I will see you around. Peace out.